Everybody get up. Everybody get up.
Welcome to Body Shop TV. My name is Chella.
And I'm the Body Mechanic NYC.
How you living, Body Mechanic?
I'm sitting on top of the world kicking your leg.
Me too. How was your week?
I don't know, but I'm getting this cactus right here. I'm feeling one with the universe, Chella.
Feeling the vibration.
I feel the vibration.
Hey, was that an experience or what?
What are you talking about?
You want to talk about
I think I lost a brain chemistry.
Listen, you want to talk about what we did on Friday?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, we can talk about it.
Yeah, you
No,
start.
I think you better tell us stories, Chella.
We were involved in a very sacred ceremonial
Okay, I'll take it
experience.
over. Folks,
Be politically correct. Whatever you say.
yes. Especially today being Veterans Day.
Oh, that's
You'll
right.
give a shout out first
That's
before we
right.
talk
Big
about
up.
experience. Can't be selfish, Chella.
The Body Mechanic and I are very proud veterans. I served 10 years in the Army, and how long?
I
were you?
served 9 years in the Navy, U.S. Navy.
And I'm an extremely proud. I love veterans. They're close to my heart. And when I was in during party time. So I really can't relate to today's veterans that are going to Afghanistan and fighting and shedding blood. So big up to all the veterans. Much love.
Yes, big ups.
So talk about the ceremony.
So let's talk about our special. I'm number one. So we did a sacred ceremonial event that's been taking place in Central and South America for hundreds and hundreds of years. And it has stood the test of time. As a matter of fact, it was a way that they actually used to cure every illness, and it was something that was done with children and adults going into their latter years. And it's called
So fast forward.
ayahuasca. We went in.
Good. All the way.
So, during this ceremonial ritual, you drink a concoction of tree roots and leaves, and the constituents come out of those into this special brew, and you drink it.
It's all natural.
Yes, it is all natural. As a matter of
No
fact,
preservatives.
no preservative. All right, Chella. Why is your cactus growing bigger on your side?
It's the vibration.
I'm feeling a little.
It's
I'm
my
feeling a little tainted.
vibration.
Can we just put it?
Why you gotta change it?
Because I wanted to point at you now.
Oh, okay.
Hold on a second. See, this is called cactus love. Okay, so they've been doing it for thousands of years, and basically, the active component or active constituent in this ritual is dimethyltryptamine, which is something that is produced by the body. As a matter of fact,
We're going to jail.
contrary to popular belief, when you dream at night, that is because the body is releasing this chemical from the pineal gland, dimethyltryptamine. During this ceremonial event, what happens is you're getting it from a plant, and basically you drink a certain amount of it, and it allows you to experience another realm, or the realm of dream, or the travel is inside your mind.
So the purpose of it.
But the purpose of it, it's really a twofold attack. Ayahuasca is microbial, it's antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal. It kills everything in your body that is not supposed to be there. And it promotes a healthy internal ecosystem.
So it causes you to purge.
Right, causes you to purge. So, and when we say purge, we're talking about from all orifices. That's right.
All of them.
The ceremony is done with bucket and lots of restrooms. But during this event, you have the ability to go inside yourself and be a third person and address any issues that are harboring, that are affecting your life. And it's amazing. When you come out of this ceremony, it's instead of fear, the other side is love. And it connects you with your environment, it connects you with the people around you, and it really connects you with yourself. And it was quite an event.
quite.
Yes.
So let's move on.
Yes. We're in already. Too late.
We're-
We're marked.
That's okay. We're going to jail since the show is over. They'll be waiting for us outside.
No, it's not illegal. It's just a matter of.
So anyway,
Yes.
what are we talking about
I don't
today?
know, Chella. What are the topics today?
Well, I want to talk about cheating. Cheater.
Yes. And Chella cheater?
No, not Chella cheater, just cheaters.
Oh, cheaters.
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 Yeah.
You mean like people that run fast?
No, people who are not faithful to their partners.
Okay. And I'm going to talk about ego.
We've had some heavy conversations about that body mechanic.
Yes. We're going to get more into it later on in the show, but ego is something that always should be addressed, and it's something that can stop us from growing, stop us from learning, stop us from evolving.
Stop us from living.
You know, feel free to jump into this conversation. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see the phone number anytime during the 2 hours.
Yeah, we welcome your calls.
And if your ego is bigger than you, please call in and share it with us. We would love to have some of that ego on this show.
And if you have any insight on cheating, experience or otherwise, please give us a call as well.
Absolutely. At Body Shop TV. How do you like our banner?
Yeah, very nice.
Yes. Chella, you look hot on the banner.
Thank you.
Why is like your arm is around me and you're sitting in my lap?
I'm not
Did you do
sitting.
that? Who did
no,
that?
the print shop
Oh, print shop.
or Photoshop,
No, you-
whatever.
You said the details. Yes, Chella. So let me see. What else did we do this week? We had
quite.
Our whole journey has been an eye-opening experience. It's incredible
Yeah.
how,
Every day's a school day.
hey, you know, it's like everyone has an agenda.
A hidden one.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like when you build your team for your life battle, it's like as the journey starts to progress, it's amazing how they peel off. It's like a rocket ship going into outer space because our ship is flying. And we are hitting new heights, and it's funny how the panels just start to peel off.
Yeah, you really find out who's who your
Yeah.
friends are, who's live, who's Memorex.
And not only that, how it happens.
Right.
The things that happen that allow these things to be revealed to you. You know what? Let me tell you something, folks. It's interesting. You know, every situation has some value. And what I noticed is that, you know, people say, oh, this is a bad situation, this is a good situation. I believe that all situations are just what they are. Situations. There's no bad, good, or indifferent. They're all learning experiences, providing you take your ego and park it and allow yourself to be open to the universe because the picture is crystal clear.
Let's talk about ego. I know that
Your ego is humongous, Chella.
my ego.
Oh, the biggest I've ever seen. As big as your scarf.
Why do you say that?
Huh?
Why do you say that?
I'm just being controversial.
Oh, okay. So I want to talk about when you talk to men and you talk to women about wellness, how they respond to you. I think it's amazing. It's like I can predict the reaction.
Wait a minute, I feel my rib cracking. Hold on a second. Hold on. Oh,
Isn't it amazing?
It's like a war. Let me tell you something. Ego comes in the room before you do. Did you know that? Either by loud sound, loud clothes, who knows, whatever it is. But it enters the room way before you get there. And as soon as I smell it, I'm like, oh my God.
Wait.
Let me put on my ego buffer.
Body mechanic, you look different today. What is this you got on your face?
Chella, why are you stroking me like that? Chella? Feel it again, Chella. Wait a minute. Oh, and
I've
on that
never
note,
seen you with
on
facial
that
hair.
note, folks, we forgot to talk about something. Tonight we are having
A touch sensorium.
Sensorium. Chella, oh yeah.
You're so silly.
I know.
We're not going to be touching your beard, though.
No.
No, we're going to be touching other people's bodies. We're going to give free massages, veggie juicing. We forgot the juicer. All right. Anyway, and this is going to be our last one for the
We
year.
can just give out vegetables.
Yeah. Why don't we just do away with that?
No.
All right.
We're trying to create a new.
All right. Anyway,
lifestyle.
so we host these monthly touch sensoriums in an effort to bring people together to create a monthly wellness networking event. So we give free massages, free veggie juicing. Tonight we're going to be doing a gift card drive. And
Chella has to keep me in check because I have a tendency to forget where I am. And my massages are quite long.
Oh, ridiculously long.
They aren't.
It's supposed to be 15-minute massages, and he ends up giving
That's a
40.
long massage. How about 8-minute massage?
All right, you're gonna conform to that?
Yes.
8 minutes.
I am
I'm using my
always
stopwatch.
on time.
I'm gonna use my stopwatch tonight. All right, so anyway, tonight we're going to be doing a special gift card drive to benefit children that have parents that are incarcerated for the holidays. So if you're coming, join us tonight, 6 to 10 p.m., November 11th, Monday evening, at Jewel, 400 Broad Hollow Road in Melville, from 6 to 10 p.m. tonight. We'll have appetizers. There's no fee to come in. Just come with your open heart.
And if you've never had a massage, this is the best way to have an introduction.
Yeah.
Jewel is such a beautiful
it's
venue.
awesome
Oh
venue.
my God. Oh,
Really
did I say,
cool.
oh my God? Assalamu alaikum. I got to get everybody in.
Alaikum Allah.
Happy Kwanzaa. Yes. Can we segue back to ego?
Yes.
I like talking about this because this really hinders the process of healing.
Yeah, so I was saying that I watch you when you talk to women about wellness, and when you talk to men, the response is different night and day. Night and
Do
day.
you think it has to do with gender? Do you think it's because they're talking to a man?
I think
Or
it's,
you think they just have ego and it just doesn't make a
I
difference?
think it's ego. I think men are a little intimidated when they see your guns, your implants.
Don't say gun like
You know,
that.
men have this machismo thing going on, and every man feels like they're the man. And so who are you to tell them how to live and be well?
Well, you know what's interesting also? That whole thing about ego, like you said, a lot of people don't know how to take me because I don't come across with the big chain. I don't have the hair sticking out on my chest. I don't try to compete. So they're like, I'm kind of like in the middle. Because I have nothing to prove.
Right.
And what ego does, ego is like walking through the door before it's like, I'm here. I got it going on. I'm like, can we just develop this story and see what it's really all about? I'm telling you, ego takes so much time to get through, and by the time you strip through it, the story's over.
Let me give you an example. There have been a couple of men that you have shared some wellness information with who have been very ill. And because of ego, they're no longer living.
Yeah. Yes, and this is something that we talk about on a regular basis, folks. Let me tell you something. And not to veer off the subject, but I think that the key to continuously evolving and becoming the whole person that you can be, ego can't be a part of the equation, because when you think that you know it all, you stop growing, you stop learning, you stop evolving. If you're sick, you stay sick. If you're open to the universe and realize that you only know this much in this vast, expansive horizon, then you continue to learn and grow. From the moment you leave the womb until the final moments before you close your eyes and DMT is released to have you on your journey and
You
see
know,
the light.
that also goes with people who are living the Western culture of allopathic medicine. It's like oil and vinegar. They just can't see the correlation.
Well, you
They
know
can't
another thing,
relate.
I mean, even in our society, we're not taught to be thinkers. And the egos of the Western culture, you know, to think that they're bigger than the universe, it's just how we're trained and taught. So my thing is this: when I encounter people who need healing, who need to be well, who have illnesses, the normal train of thought, or the normal way that we're programmed, is that, okay, we have a sickness, we go see our healthcare practitioner, who is taught by the pharmaceutical industry that the body cannot cure itself without drug intervention. But drugs is something that came in, is something that came into the situation maybe in the last 300 years. But what did people do 1,000,000 years ago or 500 years ago? Guess how they healed themselves? With their environment, with plants, with water, with things that grew from the ground, not from things that were derived in the lab. So understand this, and this is what I mean by ego and being open to the universe. Understand that you don't know it all. And you can learn something from everyone in your environment, whether
you're
it is a
open.
baby, a 10-year-old, a 25-year-old, somebody that is younger than you, someone that is older than you cannot live all the experiences of everyone that you meet.
Right.
But if you're open to the universe, what you can do is take on things from them, do your own research, come up with your own conclusions.
And what stops someone from being open? Ego.
Absolutely. You know what? I got that. And I love it because when I talk to people, those are the people, when you are talking to them, they interject before you finish.
Yeah.
They should be listening. You never know. You can't listen if you're talking. If in your mind you are conjuring up something when someone is talking to you, you are not effectively listening to them. And I know when I'm speaking to someone who is listening because you can look at their eyes, you look at their body language. When I listen to people, I hear their story. Then from there, I create my solution.
You know, when you talk, you should be looking at me and getting my facial reactions.
I know, but it's
watching.
the way the camera is. If people are talking,
No, but you should be talking to me.
But
and
I am
engaging.
talking to you.
No, but you're not looking at me.
Okay, hold on a second. Maybe I should cross my eyes. Okay, so, because see, this eye is looking at the camera, and this eye is looking at you. So,
All right,
Chella,
good.
I think that...
Perfect.
Oh, wait, I think they're stuck.
Leave it like that.
No. No, I think that I get nervous when I look at you. You're a veteran. You're hot.
Stop.
Chella the stick. Okay. Yeah, when I am working with people, and you've seen me in the venue so many times, and you know when I say things to people that people are uncomfortable. Let me share something with you folks. When you have an encounter with a healthcare practitioner who has been working with hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people, when they come to you and you're sick, you need to take action. Understand this. Everything that you do affects your body right away. As a matter of fact, if you encounter a negative situation, you can change the acidity of your body in 15 seconds. You can have acid build up so fast your stomach starts to burn, less than 30 seconds, just because of the stimuli from that environment. So imagine when you ingest something that is different from what you normally take in. So let's think about it. You take someone who eats pizza, who drinks sodas, who smokes cigarettes, who has coffee, everything is bad. Rancid oils, rancid fat, and they have cancer. As soon as they have their first green juice, they already change the environment of their body right away. You do that 2 times, and it's double the effect. You always have an opportunity to change the direction of your health. It's all based on action and taking action. What is the definition of insanity? Expecting change and not changing what you do? Oh, doing the same thing and expecting something different to happen. Right. And that's really what it is. So being open to the universe is very important. And like one of the things when I do anti-cancer protocols is this. I did say anti-cancer protocols. One of the most successful gurus in the area of curing cancer, Max Gerson, one of the proponents of his methodologies was coffee enemas. And what I find is that when I talk to men, and I talk about doing a coffee enema, you know what an enema is. It's introducing things, instead of through your mouth, through your rectum. And the first thing, the body language, Chella, they're like this.
What in my butt? Oh, they get very turned off.
Let me tell you something, folks. One of the best ways to administer things to the body is have something go directly into the bloodstream without being processed by the stomach. So how do we access the bloodstream without having the stomach dilute the efficacy of whatever the new introduction of the drug is, or mineral or herb? The mouth. In the mouth itself, the mucous membranes allow things to go directly into the bloodstream. The rectum, or have somebody inject directly into your vein, into your bloodstream. So probably one of the easiest ways to do it is, well, of course in your mouth is one way, but in your rectum, it directly goes into your bloodstream without being processed by what we call the gut or the stomach or the small intestines. So, and we've done this time and time again. I mean, we do coffee enemas on a regular basis. We do colonics. We do all of those things. And all these are purgatory and cleansing and rebalancing of the internal ecosystem. My health is incredible now based on those methodologies. And I know Chella's health has also changed. Wouldn't you say that, Chella?
Yeah, I have a long way to go, though.
Yeah,
But I've come a long way.
but you're not an organ donor.
No.
Oh, yeah, that's the new term, by the way, folks. Either you're an organ donor or you're not. Just remember, if you sit in front of someone, they say, you know what, let's just take that organ out. I can't remember the last time someone was born with a spare organ.
So listen, body mechanic, let's get back to when you talk to men, because that's the population that is really difficult to penetrate when you're trying to help them and save their lives. What can you do differently to penetrate their heart?
Take a club and knock them over the head.
No, come on, seriously.
This doesn't work.
No, what can you do? Maybe you can approach them differently.
What, like
So-
this?
No,
Big muscle man, listen up.
no. I think there's got to be a way where you can diffuse them, disarm them.
I think ego is a disease. I think it's a separate disease. And all
It's
of
too
you,
bad.
I mean, everyone knows somebody with like huge, big ego.
No, a lot of people with huge, big egos.
Right, right. Those are the people that, like, when I meet them, and I talk about being drug-free, and I'm not talking about marijuana, I'm talking about allopathic drug-free. They're like, I'm as healthy as my drugs can be. I bet you are. People don't think they're healthy unless they're taking drugs. When I look at them, their eyeballs are bulging out. They got huge veins in their eyes, around their eyelids. They got dark circles around their eyes. Their skin looks like leather, and they're only 25. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's pretty healthy. I see
Yeah.
all the signs. As soon as someone comes into my realm, there's a bunch of things that I assess. I assess posture. I assess breathing. I assess eyes. I assess if the eyes are even. I assess if one eye is closed more than the other. I assess hair, color of hair, texture of skin. There's so many things. There's so many signs that are put out there even before you open your egotistical mouth.
We went to a venue this weekend. I won't mention the name, but I was looking around, and I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. Every woman appeared to have had surgery, Botox, or any kind of enhancement to their face. It was. Did you see them?
Isn't it
And they
better
look
that-
horrible.
Isn't it better that way?
No, they look horrible.
A nose makes all the difference in the world, Chella.
Oh my God, these girls with naturally skinny or no lips have these big Bambi lips. It just looks so awkward. So awkward.
What's wrong with my lips?
Not,
You said my lips are big?
I'm talking about the women that we saw at this venue this weekend.
Oh,
It was
yes.
crazy.
Oh, God, very interesting. And another
It
thing
was
is
scary.
this. I mean, I just think someday people are going to be like on the conveyor belt of life. You're going to be walking, everybody going that road. I'll take that nose. Oh, I want those cheeks.
Give me
Oh, I
those
like-
lips.
Give me those lips. Hold on a second. Can I get a blend between that color and that color? Sorry.
You know,
that's-
there was a Twilight Zone episode like that, where they put you pieces of your body together to create
like
what you wanted.
Like Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head.
Right, exactly.
Right. But back to ego. And ego does not only apply to health. It applies to everything.
Oh,
How you
yeah.
communicate with the universe. I tell you, I continue to evolve and learn. And people say to me, how do you know so much? You know why? Because I realize I don't know anything.
Yeah.
And just the very fact that I realize that I don't know even a smidget of what I can learn in 20 lifetimes, I continue to evolve. I had a very serious illness 12, 13, 14 years ago. It no longer exists in my world. I don't even have an aspirin. I don't get headaches. I don't have pain. I'm in my 50s. I had pain. I lived with pain. You do not have to live with pain. Do not allow your ego to have you continue to live with pain. Be open to the universe. Your answer is all around you in your soup. Don't let your ego destroy your soup.
So people that we meet that are have just been diagnosed with cancer, their emotions are high. They're scared. And then they have this conversation with you, and you share with them what they could do immediately. And they take time to research what you say. They have their families do the research. All this time has elapsed. Now they're ready to do, your protocol. And a lot of times it's too late.
Well, you know what? This is really interesting what you said, because this is one thing you have to understand, folks. When you have a condition that is not favorable for you, and you are on your way to see that primary care doctor, understand it. And I call this convalescent mindset. When you get inside that house, I call it the house of real pain, the house of organ donations, the first thing they say to you, and for those of you who have been through this, it's going to ring some bells. We do not want you to listen to any outside influence. When someone tells you that, right there should be a red flag. You should go prepared with options. Have your own options. Ask the primary care or the doctor, whoever you're dealing with, ask them questions. If they're brief with you, there's something wrong. They should be open. This is something that's new to you. I mean, they should be the same way. If you sit in front of a doctor with ego, I'm like, find a new one.
How about when you go to a doctor, a white coat, and say he's a cardiologist, for
Right.
example, and he's like 2 tons of fun, and he's giving you advice on how to live and how to eat.
He's probably on high blood pressure medication.
And he's
himself.
not the example.
What's funny is most of my clients are in the health field. Remember when we went to the VA?
Oh my goodness.
Let me tell you, folks. I had an incident about, how long, about 7, 8 months ago? And I was playing racquetball, and I was wearing some shoes that weren't favorable to the function of my body. And my knees became inflamed, and I couldn't walk. Literally couldn't walk. We ended up at the VA hospital. It's funny. Every person I encountered in the hospital had something wrong with them.
The employees.
Employees of the hospital.
Yeah.
From the nurse right down to the people who admit you in. Every station I went to, I had to share something about their health, and they had no clue. And I was inside the hospital, the house of healing. That's because it's not designed to heal you. It's designed to get you in drug therapy.
House of ego.
Yeah, house of ego. It's the epitome of the house of ego. As a matter of fact, like I said, anything that you're about to embark upon, do your own independent research.
Right.
Be open to the universe. Understand that there's people who have been through your condition before. Those are some of the best people to talk to enlighten you. Be open. All you can do is you take information in, and you can decipher what's good and what's bad. But don't go in for what I call the slaughter and have them scare you, because that's exactly what they're going to do. When you get into the house of pain, I call it, or the house of organ donation, the first thing they say is, oh my God, your condition is super rare. Unlike most people we've seen, it is extremely aggressive. So we need to take action today. That organ, you don't need it anymore because it can't regenerate itself. It's not true, folks. Do not believe that. When you give your body the proper nutrients and you detoxify your body is capable of taking you to new heights. Trust me, you do something bad for a long time, you can stop it by changing that environment and adding things that your body needs to flourish. Detoxifying your body, detoxifying your colon, the organs that clean your body, detoxifying your liver. This is where it all happens. Detoxifying brain tissue, cleaning your blood. All these things are available to you way before you enter the house of the doctor. They do not talk about those things. They do not talk about detoxifying your body, in creating a healthy internal ecosystem, drinking proper amounts of water, drinking good water. They don't talk about that stuff. The stuff that people did way before allopathic medicine was in existence. Shed the ego, live. I'm telling you, you live a better life.
You know, when I was very entrenched in the AIDS community, a lot of my clients would go to the doctor and get on cocktails, take a 45.
What are you talking about,
40.
Long Island iced tea?
No, like 40 or 45 pills a day, a combination drug.
Did you say cha-ching?
And I would ask them, did you ever ask your doctor if there are any alternatives, any holistic routes you can take? And as the years progressed, more and more PWAs, people with AIDS, began to go the holistic route and get off those medications. I mean, back in the 90s and the early 2000s, they were taking literally 40-some-odd pills in one day.
Interferon, all these different
In
things
one day.
that did not allow their body to actually get rid of the condition, but allowed them to live with it.
So the cocktails today, they're down to like 3 to 5 pills in most cases, but a lot of PWAs are going the holistic route.
Do you know how much those pills cost?
Oh,
A lot.
a lot.
A lot. So basically what that's saying is that if you don't have insurance, and unless you make hundreds of thousands of dollars, you don't have the right to live. There's something wrong with that system.
Yeah. That's why it's so important for PWAs to know their T cell count, because once it hits 200, then benefits kick in for them. crazy.
And then they can get the cocktails.
Right.
I'm afraid of aspirins. I just keep myself healthy. Another thing is this: being healthy is you have to be active in that component. Not something that happens easily these days. You have to take an active stance. It is work. It is rhythm. But once you get the rhythm, you reap the benefits of it. I don't think about getting sick. It's not even in my vocabulary.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I
Or
feel
thought.
good. My mind, right? It's not even in my thought process. My brain is sharp. I wake up rested. I can partake in any physical task that I did when I was 15 and 20 years old. I can do it now in my 50s.
Anyone?
Any one of them.
Oh, really, Buddy McKee?
Yes. Let me drink some water. Chella. Of course. Don't even try it, Chella.
Yeah, right.
You're talking some big poopy poop.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Don't get me
Yeah,
started.
right, body mechanic. Yes, I can.
I'm from Missouri.
What? Don't even try, Chella. So, what about egos and cheaters?
What about it?
Do cheaters have egos?
Oh, yeah.
They do?
Probably a lot of them do.
What are you rubbing on, Chella?
My hand is itching me, and this is like feeling really
You
good.
got some money coming?
I hope so.
You know what, Chella? Not to veer off the subject, but folks.
But we're gonna veer.
I just can't stop thinking about the ceremonial thing that we did on the weekend. Chella, can you share something? I want you to share something with our audience because this is really big.
Right.
Like, when you do this ceremony, the ayahuasca ceremony, folks, you can look it up.
Go to jail.
There is, it allows you to address things that you have deep-seated fears about. And one of the things that Chella has deep-seated fears about is insects. Chella, share with them about your experience.
When I lived in Okinawa, I was driving across a bridge, and in Okinawa there are these huge flying roaches, palmetto bugs.
It's not a roach.
It is. It looks like a roach. It's huge, and they fly. Well, while I was driving, I had shorts on, and there was one crawling on my right knee as I'm crossing over the
You
bridge.
felt it like scurrying across your leg.
Yes, I did. So I screamed, I shouted, I almost hit the bridge, the part that goes over, and I stopped. I jumped out of the car, and I had a 5-speed, so I had to do a lot of maneuvering, and I'll never forget that experience.
Chella,
So
she's not telling. One day we were driving along, and a spider was hanging from the roof, coming down by the rear view mirror, and Chella almost wrecked the car. So we pulled over, and I gently took the spider and put the spider outside. Folks, contrary to popular belief, within every 4 feet of you, there is a spider. Trust me, get over it. So Chella, share with them your experience when you were under the influence of the
So I had this
ceremony.
dream that my entire body was covered with black locusts, and they were all alive, and they had large, shiny wings, and they were all over me, my entire body. And they were like just
Sounds
chilling.
like sexy black locusts.
Yeah, very sexy. And they were just on my body, and it didn't bother me. I didn't have any fear. But the best part was when I was in the jungle. I had a dream that I was in the jungle, and I was with all these
Ayahuasca.
animals. And I was with all these animals they were talking with me. They were showing me so much love. I felt empowered. I was in the jungle with animals, big animals, elephants, gorillas, tigers, bears, monkeys, all kinds of. It was really cool. So I felt a lot of love. I felt love. Not that I gave love out. I felt it was given to me.
No, a lot of people are like petrified over insects, and they share the globe with us. We need them. When the insects disappear, we are done. We're done. We all are in this journey together.
Yeah.
And I always say, I never saw my father never kill an insect. As a matter of fact, I remember one time we were driving along, and my father got stung by a bee in the car. My father took that bee and put that bee outside the window and did not kill it. So that's how I was raised. That's how I was raised. That bee is part of a bee family. It could be the mother, it could be the father, it could be a sister. Hey, it's just the way it is, the way I look at it. We're all part of the universe. We've all seen Avatar, right? You see Avatar?
I love that movie.
That's right. It's about being connected with your universe.
So stay tuned. Give us a call when you find our number at the bottom of the screen. And when we come back, we'll be talking about
Still, we'll be talking about cheaters and ego. And if you have an experience you want to share about someone in your life whose ego is bigger than the globe, please call in and share it with us.
Or a cheater.
Yes.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Yes.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn?
Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act 1 will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure.
You'll be happy you did.
Dad, where do babies come from?
Well, there's that big, shiny rocket ship. That's right, it's filled with babies of all kinds. And when the shiny rocket ship penetrates, Mommy and Dad goes, and when the time is just right, there's a space launch.
All systems go.
Babies of all kinds, released all over the place. Yeah, Africa. Mommy's Babylandia. That's right, it's filled with babies. After an amazing 9 months, babies. And that, son, is where babies come from.
But Jake said babies come from
Planet Babylandia.
Play with us on the bus.
Wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. Wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town.
Welcome to Formula Auto Wash, where every day is a great day for a car wash. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Sundays 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Detailing packages for every budget, starting out at $29.99. 100% hand wash and detail center. Hog's hair and microfiber brushes and mitts. Proudly using Ecolab Blue Coral soaps and waxes. Formula Auto Wash has served the community for over 30 years. Senior discounts all day, every day. Ladies' Day Wednesday, $3 off any wash. Early bird discount Monday through Thursday till 9:30 a.m. Check out our website, formulaautowash.com.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
Welcome back to. Did you want to say that, Body Mechanic?
Don't even try, Chella.
I don't
Welcome
want. I don't
back.
want to take your thunder. Go ahead.
There is no thunder. My
Yeah.
ego is tiny, girl.
Yeah,
it's like
right.
the size of that little tiny cactus. right
Your
there.
ego.
Welcome back to Body Shop TV. I am the shy Body Mechanic NYC.
With huge ego, and I'm Chella.
Chella, you know that's not true.
I think you're. You
I
know.
walk into situations.
No,
with-
no, you do. You do. You
I
walk in
do.
humbly, but you still have a lot of ego. It's all in here. It's all in your pecs.
No. I don't have ego because I understand that ego, it stops communication.
You're gonna say you have no ego whatsoever?
I really don't.
Come on.
I don't.
You have. Yeah, everyone does. They have
See,
to,
no.
Ego comes with
speak-
confidence.
Speak for Chella
no.
and her big cactus that's trying to get to her.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Come on. Everyone has ego because it comes with
Why is
self-esteem.
that cactus bending towards you? I'm starting to notice that. It
It's
wasn't bending
it's
like
the vibration.
Yeah, I bet it is. Hey, oh, that's a male cactus. I can tell. That's like cactus penis right there. All right, so
Stop.
check this out. No, I really don't. Because I understand what it takes to have effective communication. You can't have ego involved. Because you know what? When you walk up with your chest out in front of people, it puts up a wall.
Do you think someone with high self-esteem has a little bit of ego going on?
High self-esteem.
Yes.
I don't know what high. I don't even know what. I think that the whole thing with the self-esteem, the whole thing, I think it's just a balancing act. I think most people teeter-totter in and out of being, feeling inadequate or feeling adequate. I think it's just it's like a seesaw.
Well, I don't agree. I think with self-esteem, there is some ego. You have to have ego. It takes guts. It takes esteem. It takes.
I don't think that's ego. See, I think you're using the word out of context. And the reason why I say that, one could be confident in what they do because of their journey and what they've experienced. And people that call that ego or call that, being overzealous, it's just people that are feeling inadequate about themselves. But there are people who know their craft. You can know your craft and still be open to the universe. That's the key. But sometimes people feel that they have to come across as being all-knowing and all-seeing. I am quick to say, if someone says something that challenges what I'd say, I'm not going to bash them.
What do you call someone that's able to take a microphone at any venue?
I think they just love doing it. And I think that supersedes what's happening outside in the venue. They like doing it. They like that connection.
And you don't think there's any ego involved whatsoever?
No, because it's funny because, like, you and I have been in several venues and you flipped the mic, but you know what, you got to understand, you have a lot of experience doing that. You like it. And it's funny because if I had a mic and I was talking about wellness, I could rock it. It doesn't make a difference how many people are out there. It's like what we do on the radio. It just depends on what the event is. But really what I need to learn to do is that it really doesn't make a difference. It doesn't. You just say what's on your mind from your heart. I'm just so wired and I know so much about my craft and what I do and I'm so passionate about it. I have a different neural pathway for that, talking about wellness than, just doing the venues and talking about guests and things like that.
Right. So you honestly believe that you have no ego whatsoever?
I really don't think so. And if I do, I try my best to suppress it. You've been around me in many different things. When have you seen me walk in and try to be the man and...
I think it vacillates. You do have ego.
Well, give me a situation. Give me an idea.
I think when you talk to someone about wellness and they're receptive to you and you're enjoying the fact that they're...
I get excited.
You get excited. Yes, you get excited.
That's my ego.
Can you let me finish talking? And then after the fact, when we discuss it, you definitely have ego, body mechanic, a little bit. And we all do. We all do at different levels. Just admit it. It's okay. No. I'm not saying that
I'm not going to admit that.
You're not egotistical. You're not big on it, but you do have some.
No, I think that I'm a believer in what I do in my journey.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I don't think it's coupled with... the word ego to me is a negative word.
I'm going to look it up. It's not a negative word.
I think so.
I think it's necessary.
You think it's necessary? To get a point across?
Somewhat for survival.
Let me see. Chella's big ego. Wow, even it's got 50 YouTube videos on here.
You're funny. Ego is a Latin and Greek word meaning I.
I, me.
Self, identity.
And not only that, when I talk about the things that I do, I always give people credit who were the forerunners in the industry. I'm not inventing anything. All I'm doing is taking information that's already out there, packaging it together, and giving it to people because people don't have time to study about this. Everybody does. Everybody, they do what they're great at. They're in their own, they have their routines. I have taken a path because of my journey, because of my health, because of my family's health conditions, and researched and combined different resources of information about the body, about healing the body, so that for people who don't have the time to do that, I can give it to them on a platter.
I think men who are reluctant to follow your protocol are reluctant because you don't look like the typical peer.
You think it's look?
I think it's look. I think it's your energy. You're very high energy. It's like you're a lot to take, and so they have to, sit back and say, "Is this guy for real?" Like we had this conversation.
People do say that all the time about me,
right.
And I don't think I'm a lot. I mean, I'm different.
Right. And then there are other people who are looking for onion skins.
Well, there's a couple things. First of all, a lot of people, question my sexuality because.
Right.
I really do come across kind of nondescript because I don't want to participate in that because all that stuff, let me tell you something. We are segregated by color. By shade of color, there are segregations.
That's right.
We're segregated by gender. We're segregated by economics. We're segregated by beliefs.
Education.
Right, education. And at a very early age, I was aware of these subtleties in life that are all part of taking the masses and throwing them in a shoebox and controlling them. And I refused, and this is at a very young age, to participate in any of those prejudices. So when I meet people, it's my goal to be as nondescript as possible because it's all about the content of my heart and my motives. That's important. Not the color of my skin, not my gender, not my sexuality, not my paycheck. We can get to the table and talk about what's really, really important. How can we enhance and make all of our lives better?
Right.
So when I meet people, if they have to go through all those changes.
And they do.
Yeah, they do. And you watch them.
And again, they're projecting. That's their shallowness. That's their world. That's their journey. Right. And it's so unfortunate they have to be comfortable with trying to figure out with what you are instead of trying to listen to the message.
And understand that I'm just a messenger.
Right.
All of us are messengers. You know, but understand this. By the time you stand in front of me, I got you figured out. Way before you open your mouth, because there are things that go way beyond speech.
That's right.
Way beyond the thought process of you conjuring up the things you want to share with me to make me believe whatever you want me to believe. You've already told your story as soon as you walk through the door. Because that's what the universe is about. We are all connected way beyond this.
The vibration.
It's this. There's a vibration going on that you can't control. And I can see it working. I can tell by your eyelashes, your pupils, the way your hair is standing on end, whether your back is arched, whether your hands are closed. Everything tells a story. You can't hide. You can't hide. Might as well just surrender and surrender yourself to the universe.
And get better.
Everyone is exposed on Body Shop TV. Because it's about living and being free.
That's right. Life is too short.
How many times, every time people wake up in the morning, they're doing everything to change what they were giving naturally? From women dyeing their hair to wearing fake hair, fake nails, men with their goatee, not so much goatee, like goatee, but that facial hair is different. But something like putting on a toupee. If you're bald, be bald. What's the big deal? If people judge you based on something like that, they don't deserve to be in your company.
Right.
We have enough distractions.
That's so true.
Yeah.
So
we
true.
are who we are. Just roll with it.
Right.
On the conveyor belt of life, no one was in the room and said, you know what, I want to be green. And I want a big tail, I want big feet, I want weapons. No one has those options. People are born with what they have. And I love all of you, regardless. And if you come to the Touch and Storm tonight, you're going to get some love.
Yes.
That's right.
6 to 10 at Jewel, 400
Yes.
Broad Hollow Road. In
Oh my
Belleville.
God, Chell, I'm feeling your lymphatic system is backing up a little bit.
So, can I ask you a question?
Yes,
Have you ever cheated on someone?
all the time.
How did it make
I
you
cheat on myself.
How did it make you feel?
Wait a minute, I don't know. Cheating? I don't know. What do you mean, have I?
When we did this show on the radio, you told me you did cheat on someone. No, someone cheated on you.
Yeah. I felt terrible. I felt
Did.
violated. And then I realized it doesn't make a difference. Because most people just cheat. You don't really cheat on someone else. You actually end up cheating on yourself. Yeah. Because your journey has nothing to do with anyone else but yourself.
Right.
You have to live with your actions. You have to process them day in and day out. You do it to yourself. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, but when you cheat on someone, you're dealing with someone's heart. You're dealing with someone's emotions. And
Right.
that's not a cool thing to do.
Right? And you're dealing with yours too.
Right. Well, people who are cheaters usually have mastered.
Mastered the cheating expose?
Yeah.
Really?
They've
Wow, you did some research on this, huh, Chella? Hold on a second, I gotta twist my goatee.
They have mastered the consequence, the feeling that they'll feel.
Have they mastered or just become numb to it?
They probably become numb to it. Well, you know, everyone has their reason for cheating, and they probably psych themselves out, talk themselves into why they're doing what they're doing, or why they're doing what they're getting ready to do.
So where does cheating come from? How'd that come about?
Well, I'm not a master on cheating.
Was that something that was that came in the law of the land, like cheating was a part of the equation? Was that something that came about after the fact?
I think it comes from the natural instinct of wanting to feel fulfilled. And if you're not fulfilled, then you seek. You know, you have that caveman mentality. You can relate to this. You have that innate feeling to be fulfilled.
You just got really feisty just now. You got the caveman mentality.
And so you go out and seek fulfillment.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I'm lost for words. What?
you're lost for words?
Yes.
Why?
Folks, feel free to join in on the cheating conversation. Help the body mechanic out. The number's at the bottom of the screen. If you have an ego, definitely call in.
Why are you lost for words?
I'm not lost for
It's
words.
it's very simple. It's very black and white.
Oh, is it? Why is that thing black and white? You see what I mean, Jella?
I'm trying to create a contrast.
Oh, I see.
Left, right, up, down, black, white.
How did I feel when I was cheated on? I felt horrible. Affected me. It still affects me.
Have you ever cheated on someone?
Probably.
It's either yes or no.
I
It's
said-
it's a
I
black
said-
and white conversation.
I said probably.
It's either yes or no.
I'm not committed to that.
Just say yes, and we'll talk about it.
It is very possible I could have. Have you
Alright,
ever
so
cheated on anybody,
yes,
Jella?
I have.
You did?
Yes.
Hold on a second. Let me drink some water.
Yes. Yeah.
How'd it feel?
Bad. Terrible.
Then why'd you do it?
Because I wasn't fulfilled
Did you tell them you were cheating on them?
after the fact.
Oh, cheating. Oh, cheat. When you cheat, you don't tell them.
No. You sneak and cheat.
Or do you go like, check this out. I'm going to cheat on you.
No.
No, you don't do that?
No. I just did it for a while and had a conversation about it after the fact.
Well, folks, we're going to come back because cheating is about to get heated. We got to pay some cheating bills, and we'll be back shortly.
Yeah, give us a call. We'll be right back.
One resident describes her horrifying experience when she first realized the complex was on fire.
I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Well, I woke up to go give me a cold pop. Then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing. Jesus, I ran for my life. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Jesus, 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 it's a fire. Oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Jesus, 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 Jesus. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
So then I said, Mr. Prime Minister, I'm flattered that you love chocolate, but I'm here strictly in a professional. What's wrong with him?
He thinks you're naked.
My shell is brown. It just looks like my milk chocolate is showing. Only a fool would think I'd actually show up naked.
So it's that kind of party. Hit it.
I'm sexy and I know it.
Aye.
Look at that body. Look at that body. Look at that body. I work out. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Welcome back to Body Shop TV. My name is Chella.
And I am possibly have cheated Body Mechanic NYC.
He did. He did cheat. All you have to do is say yes. Man up.
I don't like using words like that.
What, yes?
No. Because I think they're just made up words.
What, yes or no?
No, just in general. Anything that we use.
Oh, you know, anything that you're uncomfortable with, you find issue with.
I don't find issue with it. I just think that I think people do whatever they think they need to do.
So you cheated.
I don't like labels.
You're guilty.
I don't like being called anything. I don't like being called black. I don't like being called a man. I don't like any of those things. All those things are labels so that people can put you off in some category.
That has nothing to do with you cheating.
It has everything to do with everything. No.
Saved
by the Bell. Is that a show? Huh? Is that a show?
Yes, it is.
Hold on a second, he's checking. So, Saved by, what show was that? I used to watch that show. Saved by the Bell. Saved by the Bell.
So you cheated.
No, I would never cheat.
Well, since you have experience in cheating, would you cheat again?
It depends. It depends. Chella, we got a call. Take the call, Chella. Cheater, Chella. Welcome
cheat.
to Body Shop TV. This is the Body Mechanic. How can we help you today?
Hi, I was calling to find out what is oil pulling.
Oil pulling. Wow. Wow. Very interesting question. Oil pulling is something that the Body Mechanic does and he shares with his general population. Oil pulling is an old Ayurvedic technique. It's thousands of years old. And basically what you do is you take a cold-pressed oil. You can use sesame oil, flaxseed oil, coconut oil, olive oil. You take a tablespoon of it first thing in the morning before you do anything. In fact, you should have the oil right next to you in your bed when you get up, so you can't do anything else.
Yeah.
You take the tablespoon of this oil, you put it in your mouth, and you swish it around for anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes without swallowing it. And what happens is the essential fatty acids in the oil actually soak into your mucous membranes, into your bloodstream, and affect just about every function in your body. It is a way of... I'm telling you, it's one of the most powerful things you can do. There are documents about oil pulling, like I said, thousands of years old.
Get out of here.
Oh my God, when you look it up, you are going to be, I'm telling you, it's going to blow you away. So many people in our community, in the health community, or just in general, don't take in proper fats because they think that fat makes them fat. But fat is a vital function, is a vital component of the function of the body. It cannot survive without fat. As a matter of fact, when you restrict fat from your body slowly dies. Did you know that?
No.
Yes.
You're so animated. What's your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Sheila. I'm calling from Maryland.
Holla.
Sheila.
Are you a veteran?
I'm sorry?
Are you a veteran or do you know veterans?
No, I'm not. And I don't know any.
That's all right.
You do now.
You do now. You know two now.
Oh, well, awesome. Thank you for your service.
No, thank you.
Please,
Thank you.
I was in during party time. I don't even deserve a thank you.
I was in the trenches. I was in the submarine, deep in the trenches, making sure that the buildings didn't fill up with water.
The
I was ready for my war.
The real soldiers are today's soldiers.
I was a submariner.
A quick question for you, though.
Yes.
The oil that you swish, it should be organic.
Preferably organic, and it should be cold pressed. It should not be something that's been roasted or cooked. Understand, Sheila, when you actually heat up oils to high temperatures, it changes the molecular structure of the oil, and the body does not recognize it. As a matter of fact, heating up certain oils that are bad for you actually can cause a term called glycation or arterial sclerosis, hardening of the arteries. The best way to receive oil is actually in its closest to natural form. And when you swish around your mouth, it allows you to receive enough for you to function for that day. It's been known to cure thousands of different pathologies.
Oh, my God.
From heart disease
so
to
this
cancer.
is any cold press oil you said?
Yes. No. Well, yes. Most of them have, like I said, sesame, coconut,
Flax.
sunflower,
Flaxseed.
flaxseed, a bunch of different ones.
Wow. And swish it, take a tablespoon, swish it in your mouth for how long?
15 minutes minimum. With optimally, it's 20 minutes. And I'm telling you, everything from eczema to cancer is affected by oil pulling. You can look it up. There's tons of information about it on the web, and it will change your life. Absolutely. You will sleep better. It helps get rid of dark circles around your eyes. It could decelerate the graying process. There's so many things. So many things that it does. I mean, I could spend 10 shows talking about oil pulling.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, thank you so much for that information.
No problem. Thank you for calling Body Shop TV, Sheila, from Maryland.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Thank
You
you,
too.
Sheila.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye, honey.
Bye-bye.
That oil pulling is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It is. I do it in the morning when I wake up first thing, and then I do it in the evening before I go to sleep. Because my body's big. I need all the fat I can get. Especially all the stress right now talking about cheating.
So come on.
So feel free to call the folks to help the body mechanic out.
God. So you're gonna be admitting that you cheated?
It's a possibility that I cheated.
Okay.
You're a cheater, see? Now you're in the cheater category. Go with your cheating self.
Listen,
What?
at least I am proud enough.
Oh, really?
And,
Is that what it is?
and woman enough.
Hold on a second. You're a proud cheater.
I'm proud to admit. I'm proud to admit honesty. I'm woman enough to admit that I cheated.
Interesting.
And I'm strong enough to know that I would never cheat again.
Wow, these phones are ringing off the hook. Must be the cheating folks that are trying to connect with you. Going, don't expose me. So hold on. So you knew you were cheating.
It's not like I
Hold on a
was
second.
under.
So let me
under
ask you something. So how did it go about? Like, was it like a month? You started thinking about a month before it happened, or like, why did you cheat?
I wasn't fulfilled. We had this conversation already.
No, I didn't, but being fulfilled is very vague. Can you be more specific, please?
No.
Why not?
Because we have.
If you're gonna tell you're gonna cheat, you might as well just go in hard, Chella.
No, I'm not.
Share with us.
I don't go in hard like you, body
How long
mechanic.
ago was it? Was it a month ago?
No, this was back
Was it
in
2 months ago?
1995.
1995. Did I know Chella then? No, I didn't. So how long did you cheat?
You mean how long did the cheating process
Which one
last?
you don't understand?
The cheating process lasted for about a couple of months.
A couple of months? Is that 3 months, 4 months?
I can't remember. It was very far ago.
I bet you can.
It may be 4 or 5 months.
4 or 5. That's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what did it amount to?
Heartbreak.
Heartbreak for who?
Everybody.
Everybody? It wasn't heartbreak for you because you had your cake, your ice cream, you had some main catch in there.
For a minute. I
Yeah.
did. I did for a moment.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I see.
So my advice to any
But
cheater.
now I feel it now.
You feel what?
I'm feeling drawn and pulled down now.
Why?
Because you're like in the cheetah category.
Listen, so are you.
Wait a minute, so you should wear like the scarlet letter. Yeah, cheaters should have their own embroidered patch.
Listen.
I cheat for life. What?
My advice is, it's not healthy to cheat.
By the way, this comes from a cheater. Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, because I've
let's
been
preface
there.
that.
That's right.
Okay.
I've been there. I can speak on it. Okay. Just like you had Graves' disease and you overcame your illness, right?
Right.
Okay, so.
No, not an illness. It was an imbalance. Go ahead.
Okay, so.
Maybe
I don't.
cheating is an imbalance.
It is an imbalance because you're not fulfilled. There's an imbalance.
How about maybe you're just hardwired that way that this whole thing of, what is the term that people use when people are in a union together? Being monogamous?
Mm-hmm.
Or being anonymous?
Monogamous.
Yeah, maybe it's that. Is that natural?
To be monogamous?
Yes. Is that natural? Maybe that should be another show. We should have had that with cheating.
Mm-hmm. It can be.
You know what I forgot? This is our show. We can go any direction we want, Chella.
Yes, we can.
So.
Can I finish my sentence? My point? Yes. Coming from.
Can you look at me when you talk about cheating, please?
Yes, I can. Coming from that cheating world, I would recommend that not to do it and to be able to communicate with your partner and talk about why you feel unfulfilled. Why is there an imbalance? And after so many conversations and so many efforts in trying to create balance, Ayurveda. If nothing happens, then there's a there's a plan in place to go separate ways.
Well, how about the fact that there is no one person who is perfectly matched with you?
Right.
How about that? Is that possible?
It's possible.
How many people have found the perfect mate?
Me,
But God?
maybe.
Okay, let me ask you something, Chella. In our brief journey together, which has been how many months?
11.
How many couples have we met who seem like they are perfect matches?
0.
Can,
Oh, that appear?
can you say that a little bit louder so that people out in TV land can hear you?
0.
Really?
0.
I would agree with you.
They don't communicate. They don't show physical affection. They're bitter towards each other.
They don't even have fun.
They don't have fun, and a lot of them don't even have respect. The couple that we spent time with here recently, there's like a level of disrespect after a lot of years together. And once you lose respect, forget about it.
God, it sounds like you're in a pizza parlor.
Forget about it.
Throwing some extra bam cheese on it. Yes, I mean it's a very interesting topic. I don't know. I am a caveman, and you know what? I do love the universe, and I love everybody. In fact, after I did that sacred ceremony, I just loved everything. I tried to kiss a cricket.
Tree hugger.
I don't know. I think cheaters affect themselves.
I think it's unhealthy. It can be prevented, and it comes from a lack of communication.
Yes, and I'm not good at that.
And it can also come from greed.
It can also come from ego.
That's right. That's right.
But you know, I think that in the game of life, I think that it's hard to find someone who can satisfy 98% of what you require.
So what do you do
There's
when
a lot of traits.
So what do you do when you don't get 97% or 100%? Do you settle for whatever you're getting?
I don't settle.
What do you do? You accept?
I'm expansive. It's the only word to explain my personality.
What does that word mean, expansive?
I am intimately entwined in my universe. That's why I do the work that I do. I'm connected to everything. I've always been that way. People can try and change me. It doesn't work. I'm already, my tentacles spread far, and just, I feel a connection with each and every living thing that's in my existence. With this wood table, with this glass, everything is living to me. I feel it, I sense it. The sheets I lay on, the air I breathe, the water I drink. It's hard for me to even put it in words. I think you understand what I'm saying.
Were the sheets living on the ones that you slept on last night?
Everything is living everywhere I am. Everything is alive. Everything comes from something living.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's why I love to touch sensorial.
With
That's why I love doing
8-minute massages.
That's why I love doing massage.
Me too.
Yeah. So did I cheat? I never cheat.
You are full of doo-doo.
I'm not. I refuse to participate.
No, you refuse to admit.
I refuse to participate in these humanly terms that absolutely mean nothing.
Then why do you have a television show?
Because I'm trying to make sure that everyone is healthy. That's different.
It's not different.
It is different.
These are conversations that we chose the topics for.
No, but my goal is to make sure that everyone is okay and feels good.
All right, body mechanic.
That's where it starts.
W-E.
I mean, come on. I'm going to always be on the fence with everything because on the fence
It's
you
safe.
see it all. No.
It's safe.
No.
Yes, it is.
I'll be safe.
It's okay. You don't have to admit it because you already admitted it.
I don't like being judged.
Who's going to judge you?
Everybody judges everybody.
Who cares? Who cares what people think about you?
Oh, no, you're not going there.
Yes, I am because.
Oh, no, you're not.
No, yes, I am.
Oh, no, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Give me a scarf. Let me wear your scarf. Of course not. Let me wear your scarf, Chella.
Why?
I want to wear it.
This is too feminine.
See what I mean?
No.
It's not too feminine because I don't operate in that realm. If someone was to call me feminine, it really doesn't bother me.
All right.
Because I understand their construct. They are all locked in their own construct, using those words that they play with. I do not participate in that. My goal is to have people feel good, and all the things that are designed to segregate population and put them in this box, black, white, green, purple, big, small, little. I don't want to participate in that. And I've been fighting tooth and nail my whole life not to do that stuff.
So how are you able to have a conversation with your co-host about any particular topic when you don't participate in?
We do that because that's a level. That's a level of communication. So what happens is that's a chapter. I jump into the chapter and I play. That's what we do. Life is. We say this all the time.
All right, body mechanic.
We say this all, folks.
I have to take a break.
We gotta take a break because
there's just too much doo-doo in this area. I can't handle it.
I'm getting Chella's scarf right now.
I need to put on some boots. Yeah. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more doo-doo from the body mechanic.
And ego. Holla. Help the body mechanic, please.
And Dr. G.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn?
Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act One will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure.
You'll be happy you did.
Guys ready for the show? Yeah. Enjoy it.
So then I said, Mr. Prime Minister, I'm flattered that you love chocolate, but I'm here strictly in a professional. What's wrong with him?
He thinks you're naked.
My shell is brown. It just looks like my milk chocolate is showing. Only a fool would think I'd actually show up naked.
So it's that kind of party. Hit it. I'm sexy and I know it. Aye. Look at that body. Look at that body. Look at that body. I work out. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Welcome back to Body Shop TV. My name is Chella,
And I'm Body Mechanic NYC.
who is full of doo-doo.
I can't believe
Anyway,
you just said that.
yes, you are. I want to welcome the beautiful Dr. Graham.
Thank you.
Dr. G, what's up? Welcome to Body Shop TV.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Dr. Graham.
Have you ever cheated?
She didn't give it a show.
She's on it. No, she's on it.
All right. Cheating is relative, but I would say no in the context of what it is that we would then define it to be.
Ooh, doctor's in the house.
Well, let me define it for you, Dr. G.
Okay.
It's in regards to having a relationship with someone and being unfaithful.
No.
Good for you.
Well, yes and no.
All right. Which
Let
one
her
is
take a
it?
few more minutes.
Go ahead.
No, because I guess when I look at it, there are times that you go through challenges in a relationship, and there are certain nuances or certain things that lead into you may not go 100% for either party, but you know there's certain growth experience that comes out of certain bad things, I would say.
Growth experiences. So is that your eloquent way of saying that you have cheated?
No.
Chella is like a lawyer. Answer my question. You don't care about that.
So
That's what I mean, Chella. It's not black and white like that.
it is.
Well, I think that's why I said it's relative depending on what it is that you're looking at. Have I had another relationship with someone while I was in? The answer is no.
Thank you. That's it. It's black and white. It's yes or no. Has anyone ever cheated on you?
Yes.
How did it make you feel?
I think because the relationship was done,
Petering.
it was expected, and you wanted to move on both parties. But it's one of those things where it's like, oh, stick with the good evil that you know, and from the frying pan into the fire sort of mindset. But I think it was good, and there was a transition period for me where I think certain nuances that I had to then, because you were with the person for such a long time,
Right.
it made a difference. It's not the same as just 2 months or a week or a year or whatever. It was a long relationship, but it's water under the bridge, and it was fantastic.
Good. Good for you. See, that's what I like. People who answer questions.
I said it was a possibility.
How do you say it's a possibility? Either you did or you didn't.
Well, maybe it's that because I feel that it wasn't cheating what I was doing.
Oh, you're trying to rationalize now.
I'm not.
It's okay, Body
Don't get me
Mechanic.
started with.
It's okay. It's okay. So let me ask you another question. Do you have ego?
To a certain extent, yes.
In what capacity?
Confidence.
Thank you. What was I trying to tell you earlier? I told him that self-esteem, high self-esteem, comes with some ego. It has to come with some ego.
You don't have to necessarily use the word ego. She's confident in what she does.
But she answered my question.
But the connotation of the word ego is not favorable. It's not a positive word. People say when someone is good at what they do, or they feel strong about what they talk about, they are confident. The word ego is not used. Ego is used as something that's over the top. That's what I'm saying. The connotation of it is different.
I think it's relative.
It's a negative light. No, it's okay.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct in terms of who's an egotist. It's usually negative, but yes.
If someone is confident in what they're doing.
But there's some amount you build on that because people are saying, well, you're very well-rounded or well-learned in the area of your expertise. So that will,
right.
Well, no, but it is indirectly related to ego. You have an ego about
I
what
said,
it
is there a small amount of ego? Isn't there ego in self-esteem?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, all right, you're right, Chelsea.
Oh, come on.
You're
Not
right.
that you're right. Do you see? I guess, do you understand?
I think there's a meter, there's like a threshold, like there's confidence, and there's people over the top who are just like browbeat people, and they don't hear anything. I mean,
right.
I mean, I think
that's a high level.
Because in the ego realm, those are the people that are not open to the general population who think that they are the final frontier. So ego is in a whole different category of being confident about what you're doing. There's a threshold. And when the word ego is used, it's used to demean someone, to say that that person is an egotist or that this. So well, I'm just a body mechanic. Both of you women are very educated.
Oh, stop it.
I would take the back burner.
No.
Anyway, Dr. G, welcome to Body Shop TV.
First the radio, now the TV.
So tell us, what kind of program do you have in store?
Well, we have a conference coming up, a 2014 Profitability Conference, which looks at the overall economics of businesses. And the goal is to help growth in terms of sales and marketing. It's also to look at opportunities for looking at how you can streamline your processes for efficiency. Whether you're a startup or small or mid-sized organization, the conference is set up to look at the overall operation and to help you increase your bottom line to at least 20%, because most businesses lose that much in a year.
Excellent. And what is the date?
January 15th.
And who's involved?
We have a couple of people who are still working on to get on the bill for the early morning. We have Ellis Henneken, who is...
Oh, he's awesome.
Yes, I've heard great, fantastic
Fox
things.
News analyst.
Yes, and he also writes for Newsday.
Yes.
And he has a couple, I think 3 New York Times bestseller. We have Ilya Wright from SHRM, and we actually will have credit for her program. We're actually going to add for all the HRM consultants or specialists who need their research.
Very good.
So it will continue. We have Ramon Ray, we have Anthony Citrello, we have Jeff Goldberg. We have over 12 workshops. That's going to be part of the day.
So what inspired you to put on this conference?
Well, I've worked in at least 6 different industries, and I've had the ability, or I've been fortunate to work in a number of different capacities. And during those, your life experience and your professional world, you know that there are nuances or things that you can help or companies need. And there is actually at this point a need to help businesses to kind of transform their vision and guide their possibility is what our tagline says. And that's what we started the business.
Very good. And this is your company?
Yes.
And you started this company how long ago?
We incorporated for a little less than a year.
Wow. And this is your first conference or second?
First conference.
So you need a lot of help.
Yes.
Okay, we got to help her.
Yes, we do. Chill.
Are you licking your wounds, Body Mechanic?
No,
What's the matter?
I'm
Look like you're pouting. What's the matter?
I'm going to use low ego this time.
You don't have any ego, remember, Body Mechanic?
I don't. No, I'm not looking. I'm fine.
Yeah?
I'm fine. I'm just feeling a little fragile this morning. I didn't have my morning juice.
Yeah, me either.
I just oil pulled.
I feel like I'm missing something.
Yes.
Why didn't you bring some for us today?
Because I had to carry the massage table and I had to.
Wow.
She works me hard.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, Dr. G, so how are you doing with marketing with this event? You have a few months, but with the holidays coming, you really don't.
Yeah, we don't have that much. When we started, one of the things we wanted to do was the soft marketing of getting the word out through our network and or the presenters who have fantastic amount of network in terms of the organizations they've worked with or individuals they've worked with. So you have more than 20,000 people who you can circulate within any given point of what's going on. We're trying to work with FiOS to try and get also some kind of coverage money on the street. SHRM will do a write-up for us in December. We will also have James Medor, who is also a colleague of Ellis Henneken, also try and get us a write-up in Newsday. We're also trying to work with trying to get a write-up in LIBN and so on. We've been featured already twice in HIA because 2 of our presenters actually have done workshops for them as well.
Very good. In the Hot Dog Reporter?
Yes.
Very good. Excellent.
You've been in that, haven't you?
Yes. No, I used to work there.
Oh, isn't that the same? You're like in the trenches.
Yes, I was in the trenches.
She's a trench kind of girl. Yeah.
So,
That's awesome.
So what kind of help do you need? How can we help you?
Well, right now we want to get the word out, and we want people to understand, potentially attendees, people, individual businesses to understand the value that the conference is going to have or provide. The conference has never been done with any to this capacity at all. The conference is kind of a 3-day conference in one. So cost-wise also, it's not even, factoring on that. And you want to have an experience. You're starting the new, calendar year, not necessarily your first, fiscal year, to kind of iron out some of the nuances or kind of get everybody back into where it is that you need to look at, what aspect of your operation now that you're either, this new year you want to overcome, and how we can help you. We have a team of, consultants or firms that are also going to be there also with the sponsors and some booth exhibitors to kind of help companies to get to where they're looking to go for that new year.
So you're looking for sponsors?
We do need some sponsors, but we need to also build our registration. We have, we have the potential to really have a really huge conference. So you want to get the conference out and people checking it out and registering early because the price do go up around December 17th.
And where is the venue?
The venue's at Crest Hollow in Woodbury.
Okay. How many people do you anticipate? In a perfect world, how many would you like?
In a perfect world, how many would I like? At least 500. I think we can easily pull that many attendees because of what the conference is offering. These when you look at the presenters and what they do and the line of work they've been in, they've worked with multinational corporations, small, mid-sized companies in every area that you can think of: marketing, technology, sales, looking at financial and management and tax accounting.
These are the workshops that you're going to be providing?
Well, the experience or background, right,
of the
for some
presenters.
of the presenters.
Excellent.
In HR and general counsel.
Very good. And HR, I assume, is going to help you with their mail list?
Well,
getting the word out?
We have Mary Simmons from Portnoy Messenger and Pearl, and she's offered to also use their mailing list because she has one of the workshops later in the afternoon. And having the, I guess, SHRM having, being a part of it when they do the articles. Obviously, they have their conference, I think, this year, they anticipated, I guess, 13,000. They had 15,000 people.
Wow. They put on a huge conference.
Yes.
What part of the year is their conference?
I think it was probably
they had it?
April. It's
in the spring. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I enjoy going to that conference. A lot of goodie bags. That's what you like, Body Mechanic, goodie bags.
Yes, I do. I'm a goodie bag guy.
We enjoy going to exhibit halls because we meet so many interesting people. The last one we attended, went to the Naval Expo. That was pretty cool.
It was good.
That was really good.
It's better than the previous one.
Because every exhibitor was a quality exhibitor.
Right.
And they were definitely relative to wellness.
What's a quality exhibitor?
Someone who has a great product that's authentic, not a waste of time or space.
I agree. Yeah. And the people were quality.
Yeah, they were.
Yes.
Yeah, they were.
You see, that's also something that we're hoping that whomever it is that we have as sponsors should add to the value for the attendees. You don't want to have, there's nothing wrong with having, other sponsors or, exhibitors. We won't have a lot. We'll just have a few because it's about a conference, but you still want to have value where you're adding to what it is they may be looking for marketing. They may be looking for things in terms of what it is they can use to send to their clients in terms of promotional items. You're looking at point of sale system, or when they're traveling to other conferences or business meetings, how can they save on hotel accommodation and so on.
Are you going to put a cap on how many exhibitors you're going to have?
I kind of do have a gauge for how many we want to have at the conference because we don't want it to be a total waste also. And just looking at the dynamic of the space that we're going to use, I think you get a couple of big sponsors. We have one or two we're trying to work on right now, and the rest should be small. We have one which I think will add a lot of value, and everyone attending the conference will be really excited about acupuncture combined with kinesiology. So
cool.
It's a good,
really,
in terms of prepping for the long day, I think it will add value because it's also helped them, it's supposed to help you think and add clarity to what it is that you're doing.
Are they going to provide acupuncture at the site?
I'm not sure that she will, but we'll see how that will work out.
That's a great additive.
Yeah, it is.
Acupuncture.
And what's interesting about any conference, especially when you have vendors, Like, it's really nice to have a great display, but I want to know the people that are on the front line, what did their product do for them? That's usually the best way for me to really connect with the product. You can tell me all the things you've done for people. I need to hear from that frontline person what that product did for them.
Be a live testimony.
Absolutely. I believe that anyone who is promoting that product should have been affected in a positive way by that product, and not just monetarily because they're reaping the benefits of selling their product, but the fact that it has helped them.
Like that gentleman we met that was on
From
Shark Tank.
Yeah, his product. Yeah, we met a gentleman who aired was it? Not
2
this
weeks
Friday,
ago.
2 weeks ago. And he developed a cleaning products based on the fact that his daughter, every time she would take a bath, broke out in the hives from some chemicals that were residual constituents from soft scrub. And he developed a whole line of products that he can actually eat.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. Ingest.
And they were fighting over him on Shark Tank who was going to invest in his product.
Yeah.
It was incredible. So we met him at the Naval
At the Naval Con. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
He's going to be on our show here in December.
Okay,
He's
good.
coming back to New York.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He'd be a great sponsor.
Okay, then maybe we shall talk.
Absolutely.
Right? Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
He'd be a great sponsor.
Wonderful.
That's what we do. We connect the dots.
So I'm curious to find out what is that number, that magic number where you're going to cap the amount of exhibitors? Because I have something in mind.
You have something in mind? I would say that right now we have about 5 exhibitors already lined up, and I know we have 2 sponsors. What level they're coming in terms of sponsorship, that's what we're working on. I would say probably 10, if the space allow 15.
Well, you have plenty of space at the Crest Hollow.
Yeah, but you have to remember they're also where we want to host it is also bring it where the main activity is for when they come in. So you want to space it nicely so everybody has a nice area instead of being all bunched up together. And what if Ehlers Acupuncture and Kinesiology wanted a nice space where you come in, say it's play pretend you're at the office and we're tired, we're going through this huge meeting where we have to go through whatever mergers and acquisition, or the P&Ls are not looking so great, or we're so short-staffed. You need that. You need to have good enough space where you can work with a potential client. So you don't want to, yes, it's pretty big, but we'll map it out. I think, 10's not a bad number so that it's not an expo, which is the most important thing we have to remember. It's a conference, but you want to also add the things that are going to add value to them. They're going to be throughout the day. They may linger a little later because they didn't get to go everywhere before they hit the next workshop, or leave a little so they can actually get it. And they'll have time slots where, in the afternoon they'll have all, exhibitors up. In the morning they should be able to see them, and at the end of the afternoon before, because we're wrapping up with a networking event also. So we'll try and get as many of the people who are going to help build the attendees' value.
So
it's 2 days?
1 day.
1 day.
It's 1 day.
Yeah, they're putting like a 3-day conference into 1 day.
Yes.
Wow.
What are the hours?
Registration starts like at 7:30. So once you go 7:30,
a.m.?
well, if you look at most any event you're going to have, especially have registration, try to get everyone in. They're usually not there until about 8 o'clock.
Right.
So between 8 and 8:30, they're having a continental breakfast. Then between 8:15 to 8:30, you will have the plenary, which is going to be done also by Leah from SHRM, which is an overview of what the conference is, what is coming, and then we go into the welcome, who is keynote, and whomever else it is that we have. I can't say on air, but we have a couple of people who we're trying to get the answers from them. Okay, so we have to wait on that before we can do any kind of additional press release on, okay, so-and-so will be here, you guys need to make sure that this happens. And then you go into your workshops. Then you break for lunch and the rest of the day for the other remainder workshops, and then you have networking. We're wrapping up at like 6, so it really isn't that bad. It's like a full day of work, but not to the extent that, think of having a consultant from 8 or from 9 to 5 or to 6. That's a lot of money you would be paying.
Right. We should go to the networking piece and work our magic.
Yes. I'll carry the cards, you do the magic.
Yeah, okay, buddy mechanic. My question is, after this conference is over, what are you going to do afterwards? Are you going to have any kind of follow-up people are going to go, they're going to get all this great information, and then at 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock when the networking event is over, then what?
Then we'll continue to work with them as best, whatever it is that they need, whatever, we'll have surveys or questionnaires that we'll take and see what it is we can help them with. If it's to try and find them, match them up with the right clients, which is kind of what we do. We look at the overall, efficiencies of an operation and try to get the company to where they're looking to go. Not just, CEOs or business owners or they're the visionaries for an organization. They'll have 100 or 1,000 things that they want for their company. We'll help them filter out what will really work. Instead of spending $2 million or losing $2 million, you can spend $100,000 and you've saved that much money instead of going after something that wasn't worthwhile, a risk for you. So kind of selling mistakes. So we want to make sure that whatever it is that they're looking for, we're able to follow up on.
That's key.
And then they have all these other consultants or businesses that are there that are going to be able to make connections with. So whatever it is they have, you can contact us either through email. It's there on the website at info@grahamconsulting.com. If you go on the conference website, profitabilityconference.com, you'll get us. Call the telephone number 631-481-9124.
Repeat that.
631-481-9124. And if we're not able to, pick up the call right away, someone will get back to you.
Excellent. Very good. I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'd be excited too.
You'd be excited too?
I would be excited. I mean, it's a big undertaking. And
but you're supposed to be excited for me too.
I am excited for you. I think I'm still licking my wounds.
Come on, it wasn't so bad.
I'm very tender. Chella knows
He's
that.
very tender. So, Dr. G, you know that this show is about wellness and relationships, and we already delved into the relationship piece on cheating.
Cheating just doesn't pertain to relationships. I guess it is relationships with everything. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
So
sorry, Cactus.
In regards to the wellness component, is there anything that you've experienced as far as your health in the past or current that you want to share, or you have questions for the body mechanic that he could answer?
I'm actually going to be a guest speaker, one of two guest speaker at an event, and you probably have heard of it. Sabrina Gardner has gotten she's gotten the okay or all her papers to start a health and wellness education center school for diabetes. And one of the things we're talking about is not just for diabetes, but it's a lot of other health challenges or complication. I have two nieces that have sickle cell, the trait, and myself, they have the disease, I have the trait. And I also have hypothyroid. But long story short is some of the key components, and Sabrina herself has gone through the challenge of having to raise a child that was type 1 diabetes. So she had those challenges, and what she was looking for is, the education, the support, and some things in terms of prevention, especially with education. Because with my nieces that I'm looking at, it's not necessarily, we kind of say we blame because they should know and they know and they were told, but it's how frequent that information is out there, or how are you trying to get them to understand that, well, because everybody else has healthy children, why would you do this to your children? Because one of my niece, the older one, had to do operation to remove the spleen. So it is a lot of challenges, and most of the responsibility and most of the support came from my family, not the mother. My sister has 2 children, and she was their mother for both girls. So everything that they're doing, and they do very well scholastically. They do exceptionally well in school, and they're always missing, for any given point. If they go to school half the school year, that's what they're doing. Wow. So those are some of the things. I guess I hope I answered the question in terms of anything that you come up against. It's very challenging, and depending on what cycle or what you're going through in your life, it makes it even more challenging to get the education, the prevention, looking at other alternatives, in terms of alternative medicines and so on, to help you to get there.
Wow. I'd like to meet Sabrina.
Okay.
Invite her on the show.
I would too. I will send you an email of the introduction, because she has her program coming up in December.
Is she local?
Yes, local on Long Island, out of Nassau County.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good. I've never heard of her.
Okay, she works at Phil, actually, you know, Phil Andrews, he's actually the chair for her committee for this institution.
Is
for
she the one who
program.
recently wrote a book?
I don't believe Sabrina wrote a
Okay.
book.
Oh, someone else he wanted me to meet.
Okay.
Very good. Vladimir Khan, do you have any questions for Dr. G?
No, I was just wanted to make a comment about, education, and I think we touched base with that on the radio show. It's a matter of what options are available, and in the allopathic realm, they like for you to just stick with whatever they suggest. And the key when we talk about ego is being open to the possibility that other forms of healing do exist, and I think you're aware of that. And it's just hard to convince the general population, especially when we've been all raised in allopathic medicine, and they've given the holistic realm a bad rap. So, and they're constantly always there's terms they use, like they call people in the allopathic realm. In the holistic realm they call them quacks, and it's been a systematic slaying. And it's still going on. It's something that's been going on for 100 years, and they still continue to do that. And you take people who don't really know much about their bodies and what information is available, and they're just victims. They're organ donors. I use the term organ donor. Like, for instance, like you said, someone had their spleen removed.
One of my nieces.
Right. And, when we're born, the spleen is a certain size, and it starts to shrink as we get older. So it's something that actually turns to a fatty deposit. So it's not something that really necessarily needs to be removed. But there are so many. But people don't know that because they don't know where to get that information from. Because when you go in front of an allopathic doctor, they tell you not to seek outside information because they have all the answers. It's the epitome of ego. So that's one of the reasons why we have the show, is to let people know that before they even sit in front of somebody with the white coat and a stethoscope, that they do have options.
Weigh your options. Look at the options.
Yes, and not only that, when they get in front of a doctor, if they were to ask questions, most of those doctors will dismiss them. They don't want to be challenged with questions.
A
lot of them.
I see that a lot of, there's a change. People are looking towards it because it's working, and they're hearing the grassroots stories of how it has been effective.
Right.
However, I know a lot of, here goes, the mid-ground, using both parallel and then wean yourself off, because sometimes you're already that far gone that no amount of will actually get you to where it is that you need to. I am very much towards, I'm raised to understand and appreciate alternative medicine and what it does for you, and that it's very, very important. But marketing dollars goes to what? Everything. It doesn't matter what it is. And that's how effective marketing is.
Exactly.
Marketing
They
can
have
tell
the ways
you
to do
you
it.
need to have, I look at things and I always think of things, maybe it's because of how I was raised. Everything goes back to basic. We had a couple of situations with storms in the weather, and what did we have to do? You had to go, you didn't have gas, you couldn't get around, or you didn't have the ATMs and so on. What do you have to do? How do you function?
Back
Everything,
to the basics.
even what it is that we're selling, is from basic. A automatic car, at the end of the day, I think if the transmission goes, it's driven as a stick shift. Your computer programs, at the end of the day, what is it? Still DOS based.
So true.
Everything goes back to basics. So if you have that strong foundation, at any point you can go back, and you always want efficiency. You always want to be better at what it is. And however it is, or wherever the marketing dollars are, that's what's going to sell.
Right.
I think somebody said, we eat with our eyes.
I always say it's our eyes that blind us.
My grandma also said that my stomach was bigger than my eyes. No, my eyes are bigger than my stomach.
Yes. But if you close your eyes, your body tells you exactly what you need.
When you mentioned the marketing dollars, those marketing dollars are from the pharmaceutical companies.
That's where the money comes from.
Wherever it is, mostly because they have, and they're doing good research, and the research that they're doing is worth it and it's effective. However, I think a lot of the things are quick fixes, and you don't see the long term. We don't really look at what are the long term consequences. I remember when I first got diagnosed with a hyperthyroid, I eventually switched to what they finally had a generic. I think it was levothyroxine
Yes.
or whatever it was. This wasn't even for me mind over matter. It was cheaper. It's like, why am I going to spend $30-something out of, after paying for insurance to get the brand name? And okay, fine, I'll try it. It was horrible what it did. I was worse, even with all the certain things that were happening. I'm like, I didn't even think anything of it. So I continued it for a good couple of months. I'm like, something is wrong. It's not worked. Something is, wrong with me. And then I was a lot more health conscious. So I know that these nuances should not be a challenge. But you don't know what yes, it's a generic, yes, it's doing this, it's taking these so and so forth component, but what did the original do that this generic does not have that's causing all these other side effects?
Right, and it's interesting, like, why is it even an option? You know what I mean? Why is something that's inferior even an option?
I think because, I guess, at the end of the day, body mechanics overall, everybody's system adjusts or deal with any nuance of any drug differently. While we're talked about a little bit about allergies, maybe it doesn't matter how you want to overcome that allergy, but certain things are challenging. Our systems are not all the same. It doesn't work the same. And whatever it is that doesn't make it that way, then those, it may work for someone else, but it wasn't as effective. Maybe I needed a good detox from what the product I was using before, a long time before I weaned it, or I'm running it parallel to see, does this really work for me at all?
Right, because even the toxins in you can dictate what you should be taking. And when you go to the doctor, I've never ever heard of an allopathic doctor talk about you detoxifying the body. I've never heard any of them talk about it, ever. Maybe you have.
Well, I think what they're doing, a lot of them, because they realize that trend, or what a lot of people are going back to, is the alternative medicine, is they're making those suggestions and they're telling you, I don't like to take so-and-so, so I'd rather more stick to the evil that I know that it works, or something that I think, okay, if I need a detox, I need a blood detox that's herbal, so it's not something, detox, and people think about that. It's a total body detox of anything.
Instead of adding other things that are further detoxifying the body.
Right. And it's nothing that's going to damage any internal organs or any nuances of that. It actually helps your cells to regenerate.
You talked about generic drugs. It has to do with affordability as well.
Yeah, it's a price tag.
Yeah, that too, but if it's not really that much cheaper, some of them are generic and they're not really that much cheaper, $5, $10.
Like
I mean, yeah, every penny counts, but...
An enigma.
And all the physicians now, they prescribe generic as a default.
Oh, I don't have, I had to go for, I think I irritated my ear, maybe from allergy, just, you get those itching. And my doctor prescribed, it was, I want something that is more natural. And whatever the drug was supposed to be the best, where it didn't have the steroids in it, because then the steroid would do, I don't remember the nuance of, like, yeah, okay, that's my ear, and that goes to my brain, and my brain's already out of sorts, so it's okay. There's a lot going on there. So, but it was very expensive. They had to call when they told me the price tag on it. I said, is there anything lower, any comparable generic? And the other one, price down, wasn't that much of a difference. So they call and I called, and she said, okay, fine. But I got the higher end of the product, or whatever the solution was, prescribed, not the generic. So I think it depends.
I know where I go, where I used to go. It was a default. They would automatically give you the generic unless you asked for the other.
I did have that one time, though. You're right. I had I asked for a refill, and I guess they called it in through the auto system. And when I went, I was like, oh, it was with my thyroid medication. I'm like, I don't think so. I took this, and my prescription says it's for, but the pharmacist filled because they didn't check off which one it was. So they went for the generic.
So the generic product is inferior?
I don't think in all cases that it is, but I think for me, when I look at, I'm going to use what I have and what I've been taking for several years, the generic did not work for me. It did not work for me.
Wow. I know at the VA they give you generic all the time.
Yeah, this drug talk is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
Why?
It just is. Because I feel red.
Oh. He's
Red's
red.
dope. Yeah. No, I remember 2 years ago, there was an actual Synthroid shortage. They weren't producing it in. Do you remember that?
Yes,
I remember being in a couple pharmacies because I went in to pick up some some oils for massage, and you should have saw how frantic people were because they didn't have their drugs. Because they can't function, especially for people that are organ donors who have given their thyroid to the graveyard.
Wow.
And the thyroid is, it's an organ that regulates just about everything in your body.
Yes.
Thyroxine regulates just about everything.
Yeah, but at the same time, when I look at it, we're talking about it, a lot of the drug is, what it does, it mimics a function, so it tells the body to, it's not that it's fixing it.
Metabolism, skin,
Yes.
heart rate,
Yes.
everything.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So I just remember that, and I was just so glad because, like I said, I went through hyperthyroid, and I received radiation, and my thyroid swung in the other direction.
Wow.
So I went from being hyper to hypo, and that's when I got on the bandwagon of really rebalancing my internal ecosystem, detoxifying it, and I stopped taking the drugs. So, and I feel spectacular.
That's wonderful. I have to get myself realigned and trying to do that, to run it parallel, because a couple of years ago when I did my first ever, I'm so afraid of needles, but I had so much stress, and actually it was the thyroid actually affect the certain areas of the body, and it was a stress level. But I did the acupuncture, and it made, I'm telling you, this was over 10 years ago. I don't have that problem whatsoever. And that particular practitioner actually headed up another facility and was actually practicing also in China, and said, while we wouldn't take you off, we would run it parallel so that you're still getting right,
So
and
you don't
then
have a drop.
so you regulate. And
So
I've
regulate
never
the
just
stuff.
never had the chance to, and I'd love to, because the less I don't take that many, and I can't complain. I am so blessed, and I thank God every day. But here I'm complaining about one little pill that I have to take, when people have to take 10, 15, or whatever for whatever procedure. But I'd love to. I'd love to be able to go to Earth to get what I need.
Right, and it's interesting
Because
you
they're
say
all
that.
coming from that. All
Right.
these drugs that we're taking still are
Exactly,
coming from
exactly.
that.
They get them from Mother Nature, and then what they do is, in order to patent it, they can't use the product that comes from nature. They have to patent it, and now it doesn't have all the other constituents with it. One of the people in my journey who I came across went to Honduras after I went, and I went down to Honduras to create an alliance with a wellness guru, and this person had a thyroid condition, was borderline hypothyroid. And when they went down there and they detoxed, they came back and their numbers were level. They didn't have the problem anymore. So and she never had her thyroid removed, because a lot of times they go and they remove
Yes.
nodules and stuff,
Mhm.
and they just take the tissue out. And now, don't get me started.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's
So,
something
you know
you're
what I'm saying.
passionate about, and it makes a difference. You want to
Right.
get the word out, and it's important for people to have options. I sometimes, I'll say, okay, I'm going to go off on a tangent and kind of wrap it up. But when something you're passionate about, you know that it works, and you have that message to get out.
Right.
You want as many people as you can to hear. It may not. You may only get 25% to listen, but that's great.
25%
But
is
that's
better
what
than right. I agree.
that's your number. Out of 100%, you can get 25 to listen and be on and understand, get it and execute. 25 can be either or, 25 absolutely against, and so on and so forth. So you really only have
I
that
agree.
25%
Even if
that
it's one.
you're going to get. Whatever.
I agree with you 100%, even if it's one. And, I was there. I was in the trench. When my thyroid was over the top, my body was completely shutting down. I couldn't walk. I couldn't sleep. I don't know how far your condition was, but my memory was going. I couldn't remember things.
The thing with I think with the thyroid, a lot of people do not understand, and I didn't either, because my doctor did not say, and I was looking for the doctor to say, you know, yes, I'm an educated person, but I don't have time to go in, and I don't want to research and look it up. If you're going to diagnose me with a condition, tell me what are some of the nuances. So therefore, some of the things that were happening to me, I didn't even think anything of it, even with that. As the years progressed, you know, I understood and I saw certain nuances of it. But for me, I went for a good couple of months. It was the weight gain. Here I was like a twig, and I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary. There's no reason why I should. And it was, you know, so it made a difference. And then you had, you know, like the dizzy spells. It felt like you were going to pass out.
Yeah.
So.
Do you juice, Dr. G?
Very rarely. When I get a chance, I used to when you have the time. But I am, you know, I'm fortunate. Most of my parents are very healthy eaters and cook and prepare fresh meals. So I'm good with not having a lot of bad foods.
Wow. 2 hours has gone by already?
I don't know, but we got to pay some bills.
Again?
Yeah, we can talk about some of that good food that Dr. G experienced.
All right. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Yes.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn?
Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act One will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure.
You'll be happy you did.
Welcome back to Body Shop TV. My name is Chella.
And I'm the Body Mechanic NYC.
And we are
Feeling
here.
a little wounded.
Oh, stop it.
My ego.
Come on. You're
My
the body
egotistical
mechanic.
self is.
You're like Superman. That's how I envision you, like Superman.
Right, but I think you tossed some kryptonite in my pocket.
I didn't. I did. You can
Oh,
handle
that's
anything.
exactly what it is. Kryptonite for Chella.
You can handle anything, body mechanic. Come on.
Yes, you're right, Chella.
So come on, just
I will survive.
stick your chest out and do your bam bam
Move
thing.
my ribs.
We're here with
Hallelujah.
Dr. Graham.
Yes.
And Dr. Graham, briefly recap the events, the details of your event in January.
Certainly, thank you. We're hosting a profitability conference January 15, 2014 at the Crest Hollow. It is going to look at overall profitability and the economics of businesses, not just in the US or New York, but international. The conference, the workshops look at growth, sales, marketing, business tools and resources. We're looking for at least 500 attendees, and it'll be a phenomenal experience for everyone who is a part of it. And I think it gives us the opportunity to have something that's never done, actually first time, and be very successful.
Excellent. And contact information?
The telephone number is 631-481-9124. Again, 631-9124. You can visit the profitabilityconference.com, and it will take you to our website also. So I won't give our website, but there you'll find all the detail, all the information that you need. So I'm looking forward to have a fantastic turnout.
And that website again?
Profitability.com.
Excellent.
I'm sorry, profitabilityconference.com.
Excellent.
So next week, Chella, I want to talk about shoes and how they affect your health. From high heels to flats.
I'm drawing a blank.
You are? Why?
High
Thinking
heels.
about your heels?
I don't know what to talk about next week.
Chella, this is a first.
I know.
I think it's because of your ceremony. You're feeling enlightened and connected with the universe.
You know what? I'll talk about love. The L word.
Cheers to love.
Yeah,
Okay,
the L word.
Yes.
Yeah, good idea. Thank you for the suggestion.
Love and high heels.
Love and high heels.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Or 5 fingers.
Yes, absolutely.
The L
Barefoot.
word.
Back to basics, ladies. Back to basics.
No.
So,
So, Chella, how do you normally sign off?
won't
Kiss
you,
hard,
won't you,
let it go.
won't you practice?
No, what is the term?
Give thanks for Dr. Graham being with us today.
Dr. Graham,
He's a
it
trainer.
was awesome having you here today. Seeing
Thank
you again. Maybe that's why I'm acting like this, because Dr. Graham said.
Okay. Thank you for joining us today at Bishop TV. Keep us locked every Monday morning from 9 to 11 here at madhousetv.com.
And feel free to visit us tonight
at the Touch Sensorium at Jewel, 400 Broad Hollow Road in Melville from 6 to 10 p.m. Bring a gift card for the children who have parents that are incarcerated.
Come get your rub on.
In the meantime, have a great week. Love hard and kiss long.